Like, I can already feel like you guys are gonna like do cool stuff.
Into the motive.
Just being good to one another.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a good thing here.
The people at the top collaborate, and the people that are at the bottom compete.
Yeah, it resulted in me shooting him.
I was charged with 109 and a 50.
Ultimately, you'll get to where you want to go if you push yourself enough.
I genuinely love this conversation.
I love the Motive Podcast.
Welcome back to the Motive Podcast. I'm your host, Leo Kosach. Alongside me is my co-host, Kyle Cohn. And joining us today, a Malvern Prep football player, class of 2026, 4-star, tight end DN with offers from Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, and UNC, just to name a few. Guys, please welcome Jackson Ford. Thank you for being here, Jackson.
How you guys doing?
Good. I want to start. We were talking a lot of ball off camera, but how's the off season been?
Off season's been fun, honestly, to say the least. During the winter, we had a bunch of schools like that January, December period. Bunch of schools. It felt like every single day I was getting pulled out of class to talk to a new college coach. Got a couple offers there too. Worked out a couple visits as well, and cool experience. A little hectic, but my coach kind of helped calm and all that stuff down. So, but overall, fun experience, cool experience.
Definitely. What's kind of your off season schedule look like between like bouncing school, like workouts, like training, everything?
Yeah. So we lift Monday, Wednesday, Thursdays. Team lifts on Saturdays. But I play for a 7-on-7 team. Okay. I play for Level 82. Okay. And we were just at OT7. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's like a 7-on-7 circuit. We were just in Dallas last weekend. So that's kind of what my weekends are filled with. But tomorrow I'm going to Michigan for their spring practice. So it's going to be Wednesday, Thursday, and then we come back Friday afternoon. And do you want like what I'm doing for the rest of the spring?
Yeah, sure. Give us the rundown.
After we come back from Michigan, we're going back to Ohio State April 1st, 2nd.
Okay.
And then 2 weeks after that, we're going up to Penn State, and then when we come back from Penn State, we're going to Rutgers, and then after Rutgers, we're going to Stanford.
Wow.
And then we kind of get it, like we kind of chill it out for once May comes around. That's when coaches are coming back to the school. So we have every Wednesday morning, we have coaches come and watch us like work out as a team. People pick up some offers there. You get better as a team and all of that. And then once the summer hits, it's official visit season.
Okay.
And I think we're going all back-to-back weekends. So Wisconsin, Penn State, and then between Penn State, we're going to Kentucky during the week, and then that weekend we go to USC, and then we finish with Michigan.
Wow.
And then I'll probably be committed after those visits.
A whole lot of travel.
Yeah. I know.
Schedule. It's a lot to think about.
Yeah.
Are out of those schools, would you say those are like kind of your top that you're considering?
Yeah, all the schools that I'm making an effort to go either take an official with or a spring practice, those are definitely the schools that probably at the top of my board for sure.
Yeah. So you say like official visit. Is it like what deciphers like an official visit versus like just a normal visit, I guess?
Yeah. So it's they do unofficial and official. So an unofficial one's where you kind of have to pay for it yourself to get up to the school. But some schools nowadays, especially like the bigger schools, they might be able to fund you a little bit. But an official visit, it's like all paid for. They bring you to the airport, they bring you to the stadium, they fly you if you have to fly, they give you a place to stay, they feed you, like it's all on them. That's the difference between official and unofficial. Yeah,
it's awesome. I guess before we get too far into that, which I definitely want to revisit, but let's rewind. So like growing up, did you grow up all around here? Is this kind of where you're from, Phil?
Yeah, like Westchester. It's not far where I'm from. So I'm from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania. So it's like 30 minutes max from me, right here. So I'm very familiar with like Westchester, East, Downingtown, Shanahan. Like those are schools like that I've always just been around my whole life.
Where did you first find football? Where did you first get into football? And was football always like the main sport, or did you like kind of as a little kid like try other sports? Like what was the mindset there?
Yeah. When I was a kid, I tried like a bunch of sports. Like people don't believe me, but I did tennis, I swam, I tried rugby for a little bit. I did a lot of things, but football always been like just the main sport, I would always say, or the sport that I was best at.
Right.
Like I played basketball, I did soccer, but my dad played football in college, so he he knew that sport better than all the other ones, so that was kind of the one that he was able to help me with, and he was most interested in. So it was the one I kind of just found myself getting fond of it, from flag football into tackle football. It was kind of just, it's always been my sport since I was little. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do you play at?
I played Little League. I played at Lower Perk. So it was a bunch of like Perkiomen kids, Upper Perk Valley, all those kids. Like that's where they're at high school now.
Right.
I played with a bunch of those kids, and then I want to say like my 6th grade year. So like I was a big kid when I was young. So they wouldn't do it by like age, they would do it by like weight. So like weight and age. So if you were like if you were 8, you had to be like under like a certain amount of weight to play with like the other kids. And if you weren't, you couldn't play. So like the problem we were running into is like I would be too heavy, like so I wouldn't be able to play. So I was like missing like game after game because I couldn't make the weight. And then or what we'd have to do is like I wouldn't be able to eat at all like the day of the game, and I would like when we had to weigh
wrestling.
I know. You would like weigh in, you had to weigh in with your pads, and we would like take the pads out of my pants to like try to cut some of the weight. Yeah, it was like we were fighting to make sure we could play the games. And then so after like 6th grade year, I just transferred to Phoenixville. And then that's kind of where I finished my middle school ball at, and then I played with Phoenixville up until my sophomore year, and then now I'm at Malvern.
Yeah, where did your dad play college football at?
He played at the University of Penn, so UPenn in Philly. Yeah. He played there all 4 years. My older brother played at UPenn. And yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
So when did you make the, like, this is I guess a question kind of for both of you, but like when can you like first start playing tackle football? Like, because do you have to start at flag, or can you play like tackle when you're like really really young?
Yeah, so they suggest you play with flag. For my league, you had to play flag first. My little league, you have to play at least a year of flag, and then you go into tackle football. So it's really supposed to be 2 years of flag football. But we did 1 year of flag football, and we just went right into tackle.
Yeah.
Like it was like, might as well, just big enough already. So we kind of just went right into tackle. I feel like I was playing tackle when I was like 6, 7 years old. So that's kind of when I started. I don't know. When did you start?
I started, that sounds right. I was 2nd grade, so I think it's 7 years old. 7 or 8 or something like that. So
would you say your dad and like your older brother kind of like helped push you and definitely motivate you in football?
Oh yeah, there was I wasn't really taking like football like super seriously. Like when I was young, kids were always going to tell me, like parents would tell me, oh, like you're going to be good, just because I was like big. I was just a big kid. So like,
is that kind of where you started to stand out?
Yeah, definitely. Like there wasn't like a lot of kids like as big as me in like middle school and like in little league. So yeah, it was like I was like a Thor son out there, like a Thor's hammer. Yeah. Out there. So and then we kind of got to middle school, and there was bigger kids, but there was no one really like as big as me. And so like I was saying, like kids were always telling me like I was gonna be good just because I was like just a better athlete and just like bigger, and I was like my body was more mature than others, like just growing up wise.
Yeah.
So but I wouldn't say until like COVID is when I started taking it seriously, because that's when my brother got to college, and I love doing what he does. So when like they had to work out from home, like because it was COVID, so they made him do like training, like ladders, all that, and they still had to do the weight room. And so he was home doing it, and I was like, well, I want to do it too, and I couldn't keep up. He was busting my butt. We would do drills, like he would like, I had to like I started lifting with them too. Couldn't keep up with them. I had to run with them. I had to like cone drills, ladder drills. He blew me out the water, and that kind of like, cause like we're like a really competitive family, so like that kind of like it made me upset. Like it made me like upset that he was just so much better than me, and I think that's when I started taking it just a lot serious, and like that's when I knew that's what I wanted to do.
100%. And then for high school, like you mentioned, Phoenixville, like. Obviously, like I assume varsity all 4, or well, not all 4 years, but freshman year, sophomore year, and your sophomore year or would have been your freshman year. No. I guess it would have been, your sophomore year, because we were talking about, so our team, Westchester East, we played Phoenixville in the first round of district playoffs like 2 seasons ago. And you were on that team that beat us. It was a good game.
Yeah, it was.
It was fun.
So I actually played 3 games of JV before I played my first game of varsity, and it was crazy. I'll never forget my first ever time I got put in the game was versus Chester. And I was scared. I don't even know. I was scared. They were big, they were strong, and they were aggressive. I had never played no team that was aggressive. And that was my first time, and that was my first game. And I can't even lie, they were beating me up. I went in at linebacker, so I was playing linebacker, and they were coming downhill and they were hitting. So that was my first game, and then finished out the freshman season, and then sophomore season I was playing all the games. I had 200 something yards. I had a couple sacks, a couple tackles, 4 touchdowns. Sophomore season was more I was playing consistently, but yeah, for the most part, varsity when I was at Phoenixville, and then varsity when I was at this year at Malvern.
Yeah, definitely. How's we talked a little bit off camera about how's Malvern been overall, obviously since getting there, but then also this past season, we talked about how now, relatively speaking, you guys weren't as good as you have been. Just 'cause you said you lost to LaSalle and Roman.
Yeah.
But how's Malvern been overall? How's the past season and everything like that?
Yeah, so I got to Malvern kind of January of last year. So I transferred halfway through my sophomore year, and it was a big change. Not even sports wise, just getting to the school was crazy. It's like a college campus on there. Yeah. So it's kind of just adjusting to having to go to multiple buildings to go to your classes, meeting new people. I had to leave all my friends. I don't know anybody at Malvern when I got there. You wear a suit and tie to school. Yeah. It was a big change. I used to wear sweats every day to Phoenixville. Yep. So it was a big change. But after kind of that hump, that kind of culture hump, I wish I came to Malvern when I was a freshman. It was the best thing that happened to me for the longest time. Competition sports wise was amazing. Academics probably best you're gonna find in the area. The people are great people. Teachers are really good at what they do. The food was amazing. The food at Malvern's sick. So yeah, coming to Malvern was the craziest thing. And then I met Coach D, and he just he blew my recruiting up. He got me in contact with all these coaches. The coaches came out, and it was, I think, the first practice we had. So those Wednesday morning practices that I was talking about earlier, we had those in the spring. So this was still my sophomore year. He had all types of coaches come out. I think I got 3 offers in one day. It was a crazy experience of my life. They weren't even crazy offers, but it was schools just coming to offer me. Right. Yeah. So it was a crazy experience.
Yeah. You said the first person you talked to in Malvern was Bernard.
Yeah.
It's funny because we had Bernard on the podcast. He's committed to Duquesne. Yep. So good for him.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, so when you first saw these big offers coming in, where was your mind at? And kind of, was it relieving because you were I got it paid off what I worked for? Did it add more pressure in your mind of committing somewhere, going to the next level? Where was your mind at?
Yeah, so first offer I ever got was coming off of my freshman year. I went to a bunch of camps my freshman summer, so going into my sophomore year, I went to a bunch of camps. Went to Maryland, Pitt, JMU, and UConn. I went to 4 camps, and I got an offer from Maryland. So that was my first offer. But, I was kind of young, so they weren't able to contact me. They would text my parents, but, not really, constantly to build a good relationship. Yeah. So when I started getting these offers, I think my first offer that I got at Malvern was Penn State. Then I got Howard. And then I got an offer from West Virginia. And you guys don't you think of West Virginia, you don't really freak out they're a crazy school. But I was celebrating the whole day. I was hype. I was actually sick that day. I was sick, so I was home, and my coach called me. He was like, "Someone wants to talk to you." West Virginia coach. He was like, "Jackson, very nice to meet you. Sad you couldn't be in school today, but we want to offer you a scholarship to West Virginia." threw my phone, and I did like a victory lap around my house, like just unreal. I was so hyped. And then you talk about like big offers. So I like, to me, my first big offer that was like really like opened my eyes was like Rutgers. So I got Rutgers on July 25th, and then the very next day I got off from Penn State, and I still remember it like to this day. It was the most surreal feeling, like seeing like, because it was a camp. So I got Rutgers, I worked out in front of all the coaches, and then they did the same thing with Penn State, and it was the most unreal feeling. I was talking to the guy who was like doing my workout, and he was like, "Stay here, I'm gonna go get someone for you." And around the corner, you just see James Franklin. I started freaking out. Never in my life did I think I was gonna see James Franklin like face to face. Like you see him on TV all the time, Penn State, like you see him all the time. Never did I think he's like literally like 5 feet away from me, shaking my hand, meeting my family, cracking jokes with my dad.
He's such a chill dude.
Such a chill dude. He's funny too. He loves to joke. He loves to joke. And I remember I was like tearing up. I was tearing up when they offered me a scholarship, because he was the one who offered me a scholarship, like him like personally. And I was tearing up because it was like you live in Penn State, and like that was kind of my team. Yeah. When I started getting into college ball, that was my team, and so it's like your hometown. James Franklin, he's like a superhero in Pennsylvania. So just being able to meet him, take a picture with him, and have him offer me, it was huge. And that was kind of like those two, Rutgers, Penn State, those are like my first two huge offers, and it was like changed, like flipped my life upside down.
Definitely,
for sure.
Definitely. Yeah. So, would you say you feel like, especially now, like, would you say you feel any pressure to like commit somewhere, or like where you're gonna find yourself, or are you just kind of just chill? You're chilling.
So yeah, there's a little pressure because you get like a lot of offers. So I'm at 26 offers. You get all these offers, and you meet all these different coaches and people and players and staff, and it's like all these people are great people, and they all have great programs. Like everyone like always has their like unique thing that they're amazing at, and that you would want to go to that school for. I mean, like Stanford. Like Stanford's an amazing school. Like who wouldn't want a degree from Stanford? And then you have Ohio State. Ohio State just won the national championship. Like, and then you have Michigan. They won it a year ago. And then you have Penn State. That's your hometown. Like all these great schools that have all these great things to offer. And it's like you can only go to one school. So there's a little pressure. Like, and it's like it sucks that you're gonna have to like break someone's heart saying like I don't think it's gonna be your school. Like that's the kind of only pressure that I really feel. And so that's why I'm doing it right after my physical. It's just trying to like I'll get it like just get it over with, and just get it over. So like I'm not wasting any of these people's time, because once you commit and they know like I'm off the board, they can go get someone else for their program. So yeah, that's like kind of the pressure I feel.
You see like the hat commitments where they're like trolling.
Yeah.
Bro, those ones are so funny. What was I gonna say? You mentioned like the sweatpants every day, bro. I mean that's a D1 athlete suit, right? That's a tuxedo right there. Bro, like I wear sweatpants like I'm rocking the gray sweat like as like every like high school kid guy does in the winter, I feel like. Yeah. But I work for this musician Chris Rafter. I do like his video stuff. Anyway, he like clowns me for like how I dress. Like he wants me to like be more drippy. So like today, what did I say to him? Oh. I was like texting him today, like just a couple like 2 hours ago, and he's like, "Send me a pic of what you're wearing right now." I sent him like a picture. He's like I sent him like a video like explaining the fit. I was like the gray sweats, the like vineyard vines. He's like, "Watch 3 seconds and turned it off." I can't watch that. He was like, "It's so funny, bro." Yeah, I'll get there one day. No, but so getting back to football, what do you like look for when you're on a visit? Like what have been the kind of your key points and everything? What do you pay attention to?
Coming from Malvern, it's like a big on academics, and my family, my mom, my dad, my older brother, they all went and graduated from UPenn. So everyone takes education very seriously in my family. So when we look for a program, the first thing we look for is the educational piece. Like, can they get me the degree that like holds weight, so that I can like use it after football? Because you only play football for so long. So, are they able to give me a degree that I can go use and really put to use, and get me like a job that I can have after football? And then you get into the football. Like, what's their program? Like, have they made a name for themselves? Are they building something, special there that I could see myself playing at? And, will they help me grow, as a player, as a man, as a student as well? And then on the same note, like I was saying, will they help me grow? Like, will they help me be a better athlete and make my dream come true and go to the NFL? Like, can they give that? Do they have the tools to do that for me? So those are probably like the three things that I look for most in a school. Definitely
love that. What is there any like, I'll ask this question. Is there any like facility that's like stood out to you? Like, I'm curious.
You're talking like football facilities?
Yeah. So I've been to a few, but one that was definitely like the craziest for me was Michigan for sure.
That's what Brickle said.
Yeah,
when we had him.
I went there for a game day visit. The only time I've been up there it was a game day visit versus USC.
Yeah.
And we went in the thing. We were shocked. Huge. It was about like the size of like one Malvern building. Like, it was huge. They had like and then what was crazy was it's 2 floors. The weight room's 2 floors, and they have like a ramp that they run up, but it's like a turf hill. So they do hills, but like inside.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was the most insane thing I've ever seen. And then on the 2nd floor, if you go straight, bust to right, basketball court. Just basketball court. It was a crazy thing. It was Michigan floor, Michigan balls, Michigan backboard. It was the craziest thing ever. I have a video. I dunked on it when I was there. It's a legit, just a whole court. It was crazy. Yeah, we loved it. Michigan's weight room was insane. Probably one of the craziest facilities. Yeah.
Yeah, like I see all the videos. Like, and I have like, you see like the Saquon like crazy deadlifts at the Penn State. Like, how is Penn State's facilities?
Penn State had a really good facility as well. They big facility as well. They have all like the latest technology. Like, they can track how fast you move the bar. Yeah, they have like all like the new stuff. But I feel like Michigan's the only place I've seen with like a ramp, a turf ramp, and everything. That was like the craziest thing I've seen.
Yeah, for sure.
All those Big Ten schools probably got crazy weight rooms, but I mean,
yeah,
turf ramp's pretty crazy.
Bro, I'm hoping like over the course of the next 4 years, Penn State's stadium, Beaver Stadium, they're getting like a huge renovation.
Yeah.
So I'm hyped for that. Like,
yeah.
I'm still not sure if I want to go there or not, but we'll see. Like, just the stadium's gonna be so sick, and what I really hope is like, so like in the NHL they have like a Winter Classic, like where they play the hockey outside. Like, me and Kyle have talked about it forever, but like everyone's been talking about like how the Penguins and the Flyers are like huge hockey rivalries, and they want to do a Winter Classic like in the middle of the state at Penn State. That would be so sick. But like, I guess the stadium, like, I don't know. They didn't think it was like everyone's saying this renovation could like make it eligible for that. I don't know. That'd be so sick. But regardless, the renovation overall just looks awesome. So I'm hyped to see that. And we mentioned it off camera as well, but the college football playoff this past year, I thought that was so sick, so good for the game. Like, the 12-team playoff, like, it just gives teams like you said, like more chance.
Yeah.
Who were like I'm trying to think of like if there are any like crazy games that stand out. Like, Penn State played SMU in the first round. I was
Texas,
at that game.
Arizona State won.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
That was a great game. That was a great game. And like a regular like 4-team playoff, you would never see Texas versus Arizona State ever.
I was just out, so I just toured ASU. I was out in Arizona. That's why there wasn't an episode last week, guys. I apologize. But so I was out in Arizona. I went to like Grand Canyon and Sedona. It was a really cool trip, and I loved Phoenix. Like, the city's so sick. It was like crazy because it's like the 5th biggest city in the country. Like, Philly being 6th, and that's one bigger like in terms of population. But like, it was like empty. Like, it wasn't as like crowded as Philly. It was like, I guess I don't know. People were saying like it's a newer city, so like the roads are better designed and whatever. But I liked it. It was really cool. But like, once I like drove to the Grand Canyon, you realize like how like you're literally in desert. Like, it's like in the middle of nowhere. So I was like, I don't think I can go here. Like, it's like too far away.
Yeah.
Like, it's just too out of my element. But anyway, also March Madness. Any all our brackets busted.
Yeah, my bracket was gone after day one of the games. Yeah.
Clemson losing was like cooking.
Yeah,
I think I had them in Elite Eight or something like that.
Dude, I actually the first day I only got like one game wrong. Like I picked McKees over Clemson, and I picked like the other whatever the other upset was. I forget.
Colorado State was a 12 over 5.
I think I picked them too, but then I lost like some stupid game. Anyway, my bracket's not horrible, but it's crazy to me like that there's never been a perfect bracket. Like in recorded history, there's never been a perfect bracket. Like it's hard to believe. Like I know the chances are crazy, but like I would still think like there would be someone that hits it. But I guess it's that hard.
Make like 50 brackets. Like,
yeah.
You know what I mean?
The ESPN put out today, I saw, like, because I was checking my bracket, they put out, like, a new thing they're doing this year that's called, like, Second Chance. Yep. So then you pick, like, your Sweet 16. So I just picked my picks.
No, I don't know if you get, like, I wonder if anyone gets that right.
No.
Somebody will definitely get that right.
Yeah, that's, like, a lot less. It's probably easier to predict.
Yeah.
It's 16 teams.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of the higher seeds won this year compared to usual, too. Like, there's like the 5-12 upset, but then the 12 won. Like, they would lose the next round, I feel like, this year.
The SEC teams are really good this year. Like, Bama, Auburn.
There's only 3 teams that didn't make the tournament from the SEC. I was looking
That's
at.
crazy.
It's like, I think they got like 12 teams in the conference. They had 9 teams all in the.
Dude, I can't believe Nova didn't make it, bro. I'm so mad. Yeah. That's, like, come on. Yeah. Come on. They fire their coach, which he just wasn't the right pick.
Yeah.
But, like, over the past week, I've just been watching the 2016 Chris Jenkins buzzer beater for the championship. Like, that was like the best sports moment like I've ever watched. Like, it's hard to get better than a buzzer beater for the national championship.
Yeah. His mom went to Nova, so.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I met him. So I go to this trainer in Norristown. And he works out. Like, he does a bunch of college and pro guys, and I worked out with him. I have like a picture on my phone. Yeah. But he's a super cool dude. Like, he's really down to earth too.
Dude, I feel like I definitely reach out to him, like, get him on the pod. I gotta keep trying that.
He's a chill dude. I only talked to him for like 5 because we were working out. So I only talked to him for like a couple minutes. But really cool dude. He does like announcements now for like SportsCenter and all that. But yeah, it was a really cool dude. He's really cool.
Yeah. I met Archie Diacono after that year, which is cool. But yeah, that was the dream team right there. That's the dream team. And then again in 2018, if you do remember, that like you almost forget about 2018 because it was so they beat I think they beat Michigan by like 18, like it wasn't even close or something.
It was that, but also like 2016 was so glorious. It's like
that's the best moment of all time. Like
a buzzer beater.
Yeah, you can't get better than a buzzer beater for the national championship. And I was watching that game again, like the last 5 minutes. If you remember, North Carolina hit like an insane, like the guy goes up and then pulls the ball back and releases it, and he sunk a 3 to tie it with like 4.3 seconds left. Like UNC hit that 3 to tie it, and everyone was going crazy. They like showed like Michael Jordan in the stands like losing his mind, and then Nova with 4.3 seconds left takes it down the court. Oh my! Speaking of, Colorado State beat Maryland, Maryland beat Colorado State.
It was a tough bucket to send him to win it. Yeah.
Everyone's saying that's have you seen everyone saying that's a travel? Like that was a bad travel.
Yeah. He took like 3 steps, but I think they gave it to him. He's like, first step was like a gather step, and then he took his last 2.
All these gather steps, they all be taking.
I swear. But yeah, so getting back to football, so. Like you said, obviously you don't know where you're going to commit yet, but those schools you're going to visit, what were they again? So those are kind of your top you're considering.
So I think where are we going? Michigan, Ohio State, Rutgers, Stanford, Wisconsin, Penn State, USC. Did I say Stanford?
Yeah,
I think I said Stanford. And Kentucky. Those are the 8.
Okay. So what? Like 5 out of 8 Big Ten schools?
Yeah, I think they're all Big Ten besides Kentucky.
Stanford's
ACC.
Stanford.
Yeah, I was gonna say Stanford's
Kentucky.
ACC.
What was that? There's one more I think that's not Big Ten. I forget.
Definitely not good. Wisconsin, Ohio State, Penn State,
Rutgers,
USC.
USC's Big Ten.
Oh yeah, USC's Big Ten. I keep forgetting.
Yeah.
If you end up in the Big Ten, I'll definitely be watching Penn State. No, but So what's kind of your ultimate goal, both like on the field in college, but off the field in college? I know you've mentioned like academics and that again, but if you wanna, you can reinstate that. But if there's any other goals outside or on and off the field, like what are they?
Well, on the field, I definitely want to try to get on the field as early as possible. It's definitely hard. They say the closer you are to the ball, the harder it gets. So being on the line, whether it's offense or defense, it's definitely hard to play, especially like coming off of when I get to college, I'll still be 18 when I get to college.
Oh, you're young.
Or I mean, I'll still be 17 is what I'm saying. I'll be 17, turning 18 when I get to college. So yeah, I'm gonna be super young. I'm gonna be going against grown men first day. So it's definitely gonna be a challenge. But I think definitely if I get there early and I just same work ethic I have right now, just work my butt off, it's definitely possible. Just I may not start right away, but as long as I get real run and I take advantage of it and I use it and I make something happen with the opportunity I'm given, that's the goal, just to have an impact in the game as early as possible.
Yeah. When is like the typical, and when do you plan on committing? Like, is that like July, August?
Yeah.
Like,
so my last visit is June, the week before the last week of June, and then the last week of June is kind of maybe last week of June or first week of July is kind of where I want to commit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Sure.
I was gonna ask earlier. I think I forgot. Are you planning on, like, you might not know, but what position do you think you'll play in college? Like tight end?
Yeah, it definitely depends. Like a lot of my schools, they've come in as like athlete offers because first I started with tight end, and then I showed I can play defense, so I got some defense offers, and then I think the first school to ever do it was Virginia Tech, just to offer me like, oh, we're gonna offer you as an athlete, so you make the choice. What do you think you're better at? And then it kind of was like just a common theme after that. But I think I definitely, like, when it comes to making an impact early, I think I have the most opportunity on the defensive side of the ball.
Okay.
Just because there's more defense ends than there is a tight end. And then I can also play outside and backer. So I definitely think if like opportunity-wise, defense end will definitely give me the biggest opportunity to play as early as possible.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think it's when you're like better at, or not really, just like you think kind of like what you just said, just better opportunity to play, and play outside linebacker too, or
I played tight end longer, but I feel like naturally I was just better at defense end, just kind of just tall, just quick. I was just better there, but I just kind of played tight end, and I just got good at it. So I think
I forget what position is Bernard? What did he commit for?
Defense end. Yeah.
DM. Yeah. I watched like your huddle highlights, like your whatever it's like. I don't know if it's like your career fit or just this past year at Malvern probably. I was watching like all your defensive stuff. It's crazy. Some good stuff in there.
Thank you.
But
Scout Lee over here.
yeah, because I know what I'm talking about. No, but so how would you? I don't know if this is like an intricate question, but like how would you describe your playing style, and like how do you look to like evolve that in college?
Right now I think I just play with like a lot of like I'm just real physical, like I'm quick, fast, and I'm strong. So I don't really try to do too much. Like everything I do is simple. And it's basic, but it's basic to a T, I would say. Like I just do the simple stuff really well and just use the physicality I was gifted with and that I worked for to kind of just best my opponents. That's what I would say. But what I want to grow on, definitely going to college, is just being more technically sound and expand my bag, my toolbox. Add a little more finesse, because in college, when you're going against like 6'9", 340 offensive linemen, not a lot of people in the world can move 6'9", 300 pound lineman just with pure strength. So just being able to use my speed and technique and put it all together to kind of give me more opportunities to win. That's definitely what I'm looking forward to. Just being more of a sound athlete.
Definitely. Where do you think Abdul Carter is going to end up in the NFL? I assume you've followed him.
Yeah.
You're a Eagles fan, obviously.
Yeah. Definitely. I don't think the Eagles are gonna get him.
Dude, it would be so sick if he wants to be on the Eagles so bad. You can tell. Well, I think he's from like North Philly.
He played at LaSalle,
Did you really?
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's so funny because a lot of my teammates were 7-on-7. Joey O'Brien, Gavin Sidward, some of the top athletes in the state. We were watching that game. He's a freak. He was a freak in high school. He played linebacker in high school. He didn't even play defensive end in high school. He played linebacker, and he was like a man among boys. He was just a dog. Yeah, he played running back. They would give him the ball. He would take off.
That sounds like Micah Parsons. I think he played running back.
Yeah, Micah. We were watching Micah Parsons highlights too. We were just kind of bored one night. We were all in the same hotel. We were just joking around, and we were just watching it because like that Malvern Prep LaSalle was like a big rivalry. They always play first game of the season, and cool. We were talking because that was the last year where they kind of like started beating us consistently, and then we kind of took it over, and then they got us last year. But yeah, he was a freak in high school. Yeah. For sure.
Where did Parsons go? Because like to high school.
Oh, he's from like Central PA, I think.
Yeah, I think he's from Pittsburgh. He's
from
really? Pittsburgh,
okay.
And he went to he went to Harrisburg. He went to Harrisburg. Cause he's from Pittsburgh, but Micah's from like Philly. That's how I kind of remember it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw Micah on a podcast and he was talking like they were like, "Where's the best football?" And they were talking about like Florida has the best high school football, but Micah was like, "Nah, PA." Like
no,
like
I definitely
Philly, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Like
good football.
we were talking about like we were talking about Mannheim and how we played Mannheim to start season. You guys got beat like 60-0.
Oh my god.
Whatever.
They were tough though.
Yeah. I was like going back to this weekend. We did a lot of talking this weekend as a team. Because we had a lot of downtime. But we were talking about like best states. Cause I was talking to some of my teammates and they didn't believe Pennsylvania had like top 10 football. Like out of the 50 states, they didn't think Pennsylvania. And I was like, I think we ended up like as a group, we were like Pennsylvania's like 6 or 7.
That sounds about right. Because like you can go now, like what, like Cali's probably got better.
Yeah.
Texas.
That's what we
probably go like Georgia and Florida.
Yeah, we did like Georgia, Florida.
Maryland's pretty good football. You might be able to throw that in there.
Baltimore, we had Baltimore one above us. Yeah. And then we did like Louisiana. Louisiana has some like tough like.
Okay, I don't even know. Yeah, sounds. I could believe that.
Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, like they're all from Louisiana. And then we did Maryland, and then we did Pennsylvania. So like 7.
Yeah,
like,
that sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially the private schools like you guys, Malvern and like LaSalle and like St. Joe's Prep, like they're all crazy. Like especially St. Joe's Prep, I feel like all those guys like Marvin Harrison, like DeAndre Swift, like this is all crazy. So.
Wait, Marvin Harrison, is he from around there?
Yeah,
he's from. Oh, I don't know if he lived. I mean, he went to St. Joe's Prep.
Yeah, he's from Philly. Yeah, he's from Philly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow,
yeah.
I had no clue.
And so is Kyle McCord. You know.
Oh, really? He's Syracuse, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Did he go to St. Joe's Prep?
He went to St. Joe's Prep as well.
I didn't know. Oh, dude. Now I gotta pull some strings to get some of these people on the pod. Like, all right, Micah Parsons unrealistic, but like some people like Will Howard has his camp at Downingtown.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
actually, now that we're thinking about it, there's so many like of college stars that are from
Will Howard
this area.
from Downingtown?
He's from D-West.
Downingtown.
My brother actually played him in a game.
What's
crazy.
it?
Drew Shelton, who's on Penn State, went to D-West.
Yeah. Does he start? He starts, right?
Yeah. Now.
Was he O-lineman? Guard?
Yeah, O-lineman. Is there anyone else? We were talking about Stone Saunders. Is it Saunders?
Yeah,
I forget.
I say Saunders.
Yeah,
but he's going to Kentucky though. Quarterback, he's really good.
Yeah, because he's from Bishop McDevitt out in Harrisburg. They're nice. Yeah, I don't know. You know better than I do, but the high school football scene, man.
I reach out, dude.
Yeah. But yeah, so what's the ultimate goal overall? Football, academics, life. What's the ultimate goal? Like,
so your dreams,
NFL.
Yeah, I think ever since a little kid, I just wanted to go to NFL.
Yeah.
Just because, like, I mean, what kid doesn't want to go to the NFL when they start playing football?
Play football at the highest level.
Yeah. Right? So obviously that's a goal, but I also want to I want to do real estate. That's why I'm going to do business in college and then get into real estate. My dad's a private real estate agent, so I was like, good start. I might as well. Yeah. So I'm going to do business in college and try to get into that. You know, if I don't make it to NFL or after my career, definitely want to do real estate. Definitely want to get into real estate.
Sick.
Sweet.
Kyle, you gotta ask him the question.
Oh yeah, we always try to ask all of our guests this question. Just come from someone who's got a lot of cool experiences. Like, what any advice for us? Just like our features too, like from your. I mean, it's kind of like weird. I feel like
we ask literally anyone. I feel like we ask a lot of older people this question, but like we'll ask anyone.
Yeah, like I mean, maybe just like even like work ethic wise, like any advice for us in our future.
You know, we're all kind of the same age, so I feel like we can definitely do the same things. I would say like every one key factor that sets like so many people apart is just their work ethic and their attitude. Because you don't need to be 6'5" or 240 pounds to have a great work ethic and a great attitude in everything you do. So if you want to be better than the person ahead of you, just work harder than them, have a better attitude than them, because I mean that'll get you far in life.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely, without a doubt. Yeah, I think that's a great place to wrap it up.
Yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Jackson, thank you so much for being here.
Problem.
Good luck with everything. Obviously, we'll be looking to see where you commit and everything. So best of luck with that, keep killing it.
Yeah, hope to see you around.
Yeah, it's the Motive Podcast. Signing off. See you next week. Peace.
See you guys.